and welcome along today. Today, I want to talk to you about three-dimensional selling. See, I believe that one dimension in anything is just not enough, okay? So, three-dimensional selling, it takes us into a completely different area of the relationship, and it's relationships that we want to be focused on building with people if we're going to be effective salespeople and if we're going to pick up clients and referrals and repeat buys and all that kind of good stuff. So what do I mean by three-dimensional selling? Well, the first D is decision. How good, for a start, let me ask you a question. How good are you at making decisions? Bad? Not so bad? Terrible or really good? In his book, Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill identified that successful people invariably made decisions really quickly once they got all the information, informed decisions, and rarely faltered from that path once they'd gone down it. And you've got to understand why we don't like making decisions, because decisions are, it's drummed into us, isn't it, from a very early age that don't rush in, only where fools rush in. You better think about it, don't make a rash decision, you might regret it, all of that stuff. And that's what we call environmental conditioning. That could be granny, Auntie Mabel, mum and dad, and then circle of friends. And so it's drummed into our subconscious never to make a decision. How many times have you, as a salesperson, been in front of somebody and you can see, you've both agreed that they need your product. You know they can afford it because they've told you, hopefully. So all the qualification in the world's there, the relationship's there, and then they say, let me think about it. And you're thinking, you're pulling your hair out. I can't do that because I haven't got too much to spare. But you're thinking, out of sheer frustration, what is there to think about? What is wrong with you? Obviously, you don't say that, but you're thinking that and you're feeling that, and maybe even that comes across, on a subconscious level. Maybe that transference of feeling thing occurs. So the best thing to do in that situation is to explain to somebody, look, John, I know you don't like making decisions, I don't either. Always good to establish. I hate making decisions, so establish that commonality, that rapport on decision making. But then, you know what, John, we know you need this, we know you want it, and let's look at the consequences of not taking any action on this. So when would really be a good time to get involved and buy the product, buy the service, buy the consultancy, whatever it is that you're selling. Try and bring people out, but let them know that you understand that they don't like making decisions. Let them know that you don't like making decisions as well, and explain to them why, because obviously making a decision takes you from point A, which is a very comfortable, familiar, nice, warm and cozy place, right over to point B, which at the moment, because you've not made the decision, is unfamiliar territory. It's the land of uncertainty. And people don't like uncertainty. None of us like uncertainty. We all want to know what's going to happen next, don't we? We all want to know what's around the corner. So this takes us into this area. And you've got to get your clients' decision-making muscles. You've got to decide yourself to get your clients' decision-making muscles nice and strong, okay? So that's the first thing, decisions. So get good at making decisions yourself. Decide to get your clients good at making decisions as well. But explain to them that you know, that you understand, and that you're on their side. The second D out of our three Ds is determination. How determined are you to get the sale? How determined are you to be a success within your organisation? When I joined Citibank many years ago as a life insurance salesman, I walked into this room and I was a lad from Doncaster. I'll give you a clue. My dad earned $5,000 a year. My mum earned about half as that in a part-time job. And I walked into this room with a bunch of guys all in suits who are all talking 10 and 15, 20 grand a month, incomes, Rolexes, Ferraris, Porsches. My God, I thought I'd walked into the scene of Wall Street or something. I'm looking for fucking Charlie Sheen somewhere, excuse my French, This was a total culture shock to me, but it was one that I really, really embraced, and I loved it, And I was absolutely determined when I saw that leaderboard that my name would be at the top of that leaderboard in month 1. And I didn't get there in month 1, I only made slot number 2. But by month 3 and month 4, I was a regular feature right at the top of that leaderboard because I was determined to be there. So be determined, do whatever it takes, just find out what your big why is, why you want to be the best, why you want to be the most successful, why you want that income, that extra commission, that bonus, that recognition, and be bloody determined, and you will get there. Now the third D that we're going to talk about very quickly here, you're going to hate this word, but I want you to learn to love this word. It's discipline. You have got, somebody once said, didn't they? It's a rare, you know this phrase, that the devil is in the detail. Well, that's true, but I'm here to tell you as well that the devil is in the discipline. If you can discipline yourself to do that little bit extra, and here's the thing, guys, let me ask you a quick question. Do you think that successful people, successful salespeople, do the same things as unsuccessful or mediocre salespeople? No, of course they don't. They do things differently. So let me ask you another question. If doing a few things differently, maybe a little bit uncomfortable and peculiar seeming behavior at first, was going to make the difference, was going to be the difference that made the difference for you to be between being successful and unsuccessful, would you be willing to discipline yourself to get into a new bunch of habits, to adopt a new attitude? Because an attitude is just a collection of habits. Would you be willing to do that? So there it is, it's decision, it's discipline, and it's determination. I hope this has been interesting. Please share, like, all that good stuff. Look me up on Facebook and LinkedIn, and let's get together at some point to see how we can improve your sales like we did once with Siemens. We got them up to 74%. I've just got work with another company as their virtual sales manager on video. We check in with each other every week. We've experienced over a 50% increase in their results just since Christmas. Okay, I'm Steve Q. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.